What's up, Zedheads? We are about to go over my process for selecting a stud. This is the roughest way I do it in kind of like the phase one, but I feel like everything after phase one is essentially personal preference and our own tin hat theories. So I'm just going to go over some of the most proven ways to have higher successes. So we're going to be looking for a partner for Salati. Salati has been a decent breeder herself. She's an interesting runner. This would be considered left-leaning because she has more first through fourths than she does ninth through 12ths. When I'm looking at horses with decent breeding potential, not having 10ths, 11ths, and 12ths is a very, very good thing for me, especially if it's a bred horse. So she has had a little bit of success breeding. She's only had 2 foals. One of them has done really well. The other one, not so much. Both from the same father. So we're going to be looking for someone to breed her with. So normally where I start is I go to Know Your Horse, Breeding, Stud Farm. We're going to be looking for a Finny today. So we're going to look for a Finny. Don't care if it's a Legendary or a Genesis. We'll go 5 or 6. So lower Z numbers traditionally have higher standard base ability than the higher Z numbers. So that's where we're going to start with the 5 and 6 because those should be the higher base abilities of the Finny line. Also, we'll give it the lower Z number because we selected legendaries. Any Z6 that pops up would be a Z5 with a Z1, also potentially giving us higher base ability. And there's a couple different ways I'll filter to start off. Normally I'll either start with minimum heat rate, which requires the horse to be raced a lot, or I'll do class and start with like class 1, class 3, or class 2 horses. But I believe we're going to start with the heat rate. We'll start with 4, no. Let's do it this way. We're going to do class. I feel like class is sometimes more accurate. So there is a belief that mean average of class will show is indicative of base ability. So if we can find a horse that's in class 1 or class 2 with a lot of points that doesn't win a lot, that means it comes in seconds and thirds a lot too. And then that would give us potentially a higher base ability horse. So what I'll do is I'll kind of go through here and anything that kind of looks remotely good. Yeah, so 75 races, it's in class 1 with average odds, and it's probably doing a lot. Bro was Smiling Charlie before, so we'll just go ahead and check him. And really all I'm doing is I'm just going through here and finding horses. The higher the class points with the least amount of races tells me that it's coming in seconds and thirds, which means it's probably left leaning. Like I said, this is a really rough way to look at this stuff. And this is just a real quick way to look at horses. I'm not trying to pick anything outstanding. I'm not. This is a quick filtration process. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll pop a whole bunch of these open. If I see anything that looks, interesting to me, that's interesting. Another thing I'll look for too is low win percentage, like this, but it's in a really high class, and it's made money, which means it's probably, I'm really interested to see that. It's probably coming in seconds and thirds a lot. And back in the old system, it's not coming in 12th, which is good for me. So ancestry, actually first let's go back to drill down. Drill down, you do see some 10ths through 12ths, but not a lot. Flaming, 14, 16, 18, that's a good sign. These, so it has a little bit of distance preference. Ancestry, nothing too exciting here, but we'll just go ahead and scroll through anyways. A lot of zeros, so 10%, 3%, 6, 5, 11. So it's showing that it can win some races with its offspring, especially some of these more raced ones, 150 races piece. But not anything overly exciting that makes me absolutely want to breed with this horse. Not that you can't throw something good. It's just not jumping out of me right away. This here is pretty interesting. This is a good example of what they say is left leaning. There's definitely way more 1 through 4ths than 9 through 10ths. So we got its ancestry chart. This one did alright. 42 races though, so small sample. Lots more zeros. This one's 10%, 4, 7. So what I'm doing is I'm just scrolling through and looking for consistency. How many horses has it produced that are 10% winners or more? How many races do those horses have? So, here's 2, 10 odds, not bad. This one's 287 races at 12%, not bad. The horses that are winning, so like this one here, how much money is it making? So 287 races, 0.03. It's not great, which means it's probably running in a lot of $2 races, especially if it's a class 1. Oof. I bet you before I got to class 1, I was actually making some good money. So we're not seeing anything too crazy, but we're not seeing anything absolutely terrible. There's a few zeros, but it's no big deal. The other thing we're looking for, because this is a Z6, if there's like a Z, a Z9, that means it got bred with a Zabo. So if there was a really strong, single digit or like Z11, we'll probably disregard that since we're not breeding with a Genesis horse. We're breeding with a Z17. Excuse me. So let's see here. Chocolate Vanilla, that's a fun name. We got 8% and 5%, 2%, 3 zeros, 5 zeros, 4s. Once again, this doesn't mean that these horses can't breed well. It's just not something that I'm going to prioritize breeding with. There might be some, once you get into your own beliefs and kind of your own tin hat, what kind of things can we see on a regular basis. So nothing too exciting here. Smiling Charlie, I've already bred with him once. I saw that he's producing a lot of offspring that do at least win, a couple that win a lot. And there wasn't a whole lot of horses that had zeros, meaning it didn't matter what you threw them with, they were at least able to win a race or two. And I always think that's a good start. Oh, shit. So, like I said, I'm just doing quick scans. And especially because I'm breeding with a Z17 exclusive, I'm going to be a little bit pickier just because we're not starting off at like a really high percentage breed here. She bred one horse that won 20% of its races almost in its first 50, and then one that hasn't won anything. So we're gonna keep skimming here. A lot of unraced horses that can be frustrating. Butter. A whole bunch of other unraced, a couple zeros. Here's some winners. And by winners, I mean horses that have shown that they can win, not horses that are necessarily pulling profits. Because when you're dealing with the Finney and the Buterin level, it's going to be very hard to find horses that constantly produce strong offspring on a regular basis. Not just because of the nature of breeding, we all know it's pretty random. So we're not going to put too much weight into it. Charlie's Law. Horse was the Charlie and Namer. Seemed to be interesting. Oh, you're slowing down. 12% winner. 5% flame, not great. Lemon odds, meh. 10% for 70. This one's done quite a bit. You see that profit? It's probably a lot of $2.50 races, which isn't, you can breed a $2.50 racer and do okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just when I'm doing these quick filters, I'm in a hurry. So it's kind of interesting. Somewhat matching horses, different parents. This one's doing bad. Good starts. Well, like I said, I'm just kind of zipping through these real quick. Yeah, all these are very lightly raced. Except for that guy, he's not bad. That one's 1%. Not quite what I'm looking for. Genesis. 27%. No, only 100. Only 11 races there. This one's at 10, 103, or 13. My God. Oh, this is awful. I need to stop yawning. I'm putting myself to sleep. My video is so good. So here's another one where the vast majority of the horses are winning. Can't believe this one got ran so much. This one's interesting. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So interesting. Two horses, both can win. Z14 and a Z12. So this is exactly what we're talking about. So I was bred with a Z5. It's a Z6. So two Finnies and then a Z8. Has my attention. Comey, I've seen this horse before. Alright, so 400 races, low profit though. But I am liking that I'm seeing such variety in its winnings, even though not a lot of them are winning late. Alright, so the fact that there's so many horses that have won with so many different parents, that has me excited, right? So I think this is going to be the winner. One, the offspring are left leaning a little bit. Looks like we're primarily sprinters, which is here and there. But this is a low odds horse, but still won. This is, or that's a high odds horse, I mean. So we got 117% winner here, lightly raced. 13% winner that's heavily raced. It looks like it's running a lot of freeze. 5%, 10%, 19%. That's an exclusive. 8% exclusive at almost 96 races, almost 100 races. So all in all, that's not throwing any absolute monsters out. But 11 odds over 30 races, I should have been able to win a race by then. We are seeing a good variety. So, you know, these are Finny legendaries, ZedRun legendary. I think this is what we want to breed with. Now, 17 odds isn't exciting, but still liking that we can see that win. A 10% winner at 100 races. 10% winner at 600 races. Yeah, I think we're gonna pick this. So we found what we want to breed with, just mainly because it's consistent, right? So it didn't matter what the mother was; it seemed to be producing decent offspring. We're gonna find it on Zed. Hope it has a breed left. It does have a breed left. So we're gonna select our female, Salati. All right. Pay stud fee. Confirm. Sign this. And there we go. So that's my really fast process for selecting a stud. Select your filters that you want up here. And then kind of have an idea of what you're going to be looking for. You know, like I said, I was looking for high class points with low win percentage and lower amount of races. And if you're still profitable, that's also good. And look what we found. Very hard left leaning. It's flamed in all three, or in all 5 classes, including its Griffey. And that was pretty much the outline. You know, like I said, it's clumsy. It's for very fast filtering, and normally I would go through almost 100 horses but I want to make the video and see what I could find if I was moving really, really fast. And that's what I found. So we will see how this horse does in the near future.